Okay, so let's go into politics and some other fears of the economy. You don't see them there. Not because they are lazy, probably because they are not just interested in that regard. And I also feel that maybe Nigeria as a country is not really giving the woman or the women
Okay.
much opportunity to jump on things. Or maybe women are just laid back. So there is a need to encourage more women to be on the front burner. But women are not lazy. Nigerian youth are not lazy.
Nigerian youth are lazy.
No.
John.
Yeah, Nigerian youths are the best youths in the world, if you would ask me. If given the right ground and with the right resources, you would see what they can achieve within a short space of time.
Okay.
And this we can see if you look at, just take a look at Nigerians outside the shore of the country. You will see how they are doing exploits. The fastest carbureted front wheel car in the world was created by a Nigerian. If he was still in Nigeria, tell me, will he be able to, produce that? No.
Okay.
It means there's no enabling ground. And you see, the problem with the Nigerian youth, they said as the sun showed the day, the son showed the father, or I don't know if his father showed the son right now.
Right.
But if you want to look at the child, look at the father. In every man's loins, there are 4 generations. So as a man, you have to be careful of what you do, because whatever you do is going for the next 4 generations. So if you are saying the Nigerian youths are lazy, then let me look up and tell you that my father too is lazy. And who are the fathers? The leaders.
The leaders at this point.
Yes, they're lazy. That's the reason why you can say lazy youth. So if you say we are lazy, then it means you are lazy. One thing I would like to point out is that, you see, the flame of patriotism and loyalty to the brand called Nigeria has been extinguished. Because over the years you have told the Nigerian youth, you go better, you are the future leaders of tomorrow. And over the years, the same people who are telling you are the future leaders of tomorrow are still the one ruling.
Right.
So it's just like you promising someone that tomorrow I'll give you this, tomorrow it will get to a point you would just give up and say, I think there's nothing here. Do you understand?
Is that are we at that point?
Yes, that's why you're seeing this exodus. Everybody wants to go to Canada, you want to go to Australia. That's why it's happening. If you want to know a nation that is patriotic,
Yeah.
look at the way they sing their national anthem.
But we still have, John, I'm sorry to button, we still have Nigerian youths who have gone to Canada, the US, South Africa, Germany, UK, and they're still into crime. I mean, they're in better climes, but they still do.
What's the proportion? We saw when on CNN when they were talking about Nigerians, on what they do in the US,
Yeah.
and how they were thanking them for the contribution to the US economy. So what proportion? We have to put it. I'm a data analyst.
I know.
So you have to put it in percentage.
Okay.
Before we can now generalize. How much are we telling our good stories? We're not telling it. The only one we see out is the crime.
Best, what say you?
I agree with him. I think Nigerian youth right now, we are surviving. We're trying to just see the next day, because basically in Nigeria without basic amenities, stuff that will really get you rolling. So we're trying to just live. Of course there are lazy youth according to Mr. President.
Yeah.
But I don't think we are all lazy. If we add most of the things, a couple of people in the US and UK, those basic stuff, I think would have been way better and would have gone further. And also, you are aware that the Nigerian dream right now is to just hustle and leave the country.
Okay.
So we tend to not want to focus locally or to be bothered about the government.
Why is that? Why?
Because
I mean, there are other Nigerians here in this country who are doing great stuff. They are doing wonderful stuff in this country.
Yeah, but numbers, what are the percentage? Well, Nigeria itself is working against you. So you are lucky to survive or to make it.
You're a young Nigerian. Is Nigeria working against you?
Partially. Yeah, I'll say yeah, because I consider myself lucky.
Okay.
But not everybody will have the opportunity that I've had. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lagos, we're coming to you right now. If you're a youth, please join this conversation. International Youth Day. We're looking at those social constructs, those religious, cultural constructs that are hindering the growth of Nigerian youths. That's why we have titled this conversation, The Future of the Future Nigerians. Someone called earlier when I said, guy, there is no future for the future Nigerians. Let's see who we've got here. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff. How are you today?
Doing very well.
My name is Adenusi Patrick. I'm calling from Lekki.
Welcome.
Thank you. The Nigerian youths are not lazy, but they are weak in the brain. You see, when we say if Nigeria had the opportunities that America and UK do have, look, they have problems and they sat down, they reasoned, they thought, and they came up with solutions. I called you about 2 weeks ago and I said, you brought a guest to the studio who was speaking, and while he was talking, he made mention of some things that I am working on right now, and when he pushes through, it's about $200 million turnaround business.
Whoa.
I heard it being spoken by your guest on radio. Where there are many problems, there are many businesses. The problems that are in Nigeria will sit down and say, God will do it. That's an opportunity. So if the Nigerian youth begins to look at how they will just take care of this opportunity, solve this problem, do that. Let somebody say now that, what of the money to start? You don't actually need money to start. It is the willingness, the ruggedness, the toughness, and the decision to do it.
Right.
That's what you need to kick it off. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Patrick. Thank you for talking to us. Appreciate it. Zainab, it's being said over and over again that Nigerian youths are not lazy. Some people would think that we're living in denial because you would ask that. I mean, I know that everybody has said that this morning. I think it's a consensus that Nigerian youth are not lazy, right?
Yes.
And they are hardworking, right?
Yes.
Right. Someone called in the morning and said even the Yahoo they are doing there is hard work.
Yes, it's
Like plenty hard work.
Right?
All night.
it takes
Right.
a level of intelligence to commit crime.
To commit crime.
And
Yeah.
time,
So-
dedication.
Yeah, exactly. So my question to all of you, but I will start with Zainab, is are we using that level of intelligence? Are the youths using that level of intelligence to the productivity of themselves, to their own benefit and to the nation's benefit? Is that what we're using our level of intellect, our you use the word savvy the other time. That's why I'm coming round back to this topic right now, because if you go outside of this country, they know us for so many things, but chief of it all is scam. Recently, you must have heard about Invictus. You must have heard about Hush Puppy. You must have heard about a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them. Yes, you can say that the percentage is not much, but the image is overwhelming. Are we using our smartness to the benefit of ourselves and to the benefit of the people of Nigeria? I mean, we're smart. I know that we're smart, but are we using that the right way? Remove me. As young people, are they using, their smartness the right way?
I think to a certain extent, yes. But at the same time, sometimes people go, even the country itself is not so encouraging in terms of you having the right energy and then having to channel it to the right part. So at some point it gets discouraged.
I'm trying to think very deeply as to the country is not encouraged, but you could spend money on data to swindle people out of their hard-earned money.
And that's the irony of it. So we have this impression that data is expensive.
Oh, data is
Not
expensive.
all of us can actually afford it.
Data is expensive.
But at the same time, you want to ensure that you have your phone subscribed.
Yeah.
Because you want to do social media. You want to be out there on Instagram. You want
Yeah.
to be out there on Twitter,
Yeah.
joining conversations. So at the end of the day, people go back and forth. And then when you have to sit down on your own, think out of the box, what can you make happen so as to get yourself something at the end of the day? Maybe finance, maybe something that would add value to you.
Yeah.
You are just out there, joining conversation
Yeah.
and they dies down at the end of the day
Yeah.
and nothing comes out of it. So when you sit down again, you're like, oh, I'm even tired of this country because this country is not enabling.
Have you
enough.
used your time well while you're online, while you're surfing the internet, while you're trying to swindle people of their hard-earned money? I mean, some people will even tell you that it's our money after all. I mean, where did that even come from? And you call that not lazy Nigerian youth?
Can that even be associated with being lazy? With Nigerians being lazy,
No.
I think we need some form of reorientation.
Okay.
Because there is this impression that even when you work so hard, at the end of the day, you are not getting the best out of it. And only those people who actually know their ways, they can, get something out of whatever it is they engage in. So it's about the country itself.
Yeah.
And it's about encouraging the young people. And it's also about the young people channeling their energy to the right path.
John.
Well, like I said, look at the father. You'll be able to understand.
John, don't give me that.
I'm going to give you that.
So even in the past, right?
Okay.
It wasn't a perfect situation. It wasn't a perfect system. But we still had Nigerian youths going to classrooms, empty stomach, nothing to eat. They struggled all through. Some of them even paid their own school fees, paid their own way out of school all through, pay everything. They were responsible for themselves.
Because at that time, you know that when you graduate, at least what my dad told me, when you graduate, you know that you'll begin fully.
No, it
employed.
wasn't far back. I'm not talking about grandpas and grandma. No. I'm not talking about those ones. It wasn't far back. I'm talking about not long ago, not far too long ago.
What I'm still going back to that's my statement, even though you don't agree with me.
I don't agree. I seriously
do
not agree.
What is a youth? A youth is the face between a child living is a child in dependency and adult independence.
Yeah.
So it means that whatever you have trained that child or whatever you have seen growing up is what is stabilizing in his youth, and in his adult, he's already grown. He can take care of himself.
Right.
What have we been portraying to our kids? Let's use the issue of example. This BB Niger. Whosoever emerge a winner is going to get the class prize. Everything is like I think 85 million.
Yeah.
For someone who is working on 20,000 naira salary, how long will it take him to achieve 85 million?
It shouldn't stop you. It
It's
shouldn't
part of
discourage
it.
you from
The
working hard.
Why would you give the best?
I don't-
Why would you give the best graduate student 10,000 or 100,000, and yet he still go out? One of the guys in the house, I heard he was the best graduate student in his class.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was in a well-functional society, that guy should
not even be there.
Yes.
No,
shouldn't be.
don't say that. Don't say that.
See,
don't say that. It's
Imagine
it's your
from
choice.
Oxford
If you
or
like,
a school
go
in
and
the UK.
study. Go and study medicine and become a tailor. It is your choice. It's not the first time it will happen. We've seen people.
choice?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
People have done
if
that.
you talk
In
about
working-
medicine, if you talk about medicine and studying tailor, is education. See, let's backtrack because let's look at the foundation. Education in Nigeria right now, we are training our children for a future that doesn't exist. As soon as robotics sets in, all these courses we are doing will be irrelevant. Tell me one university in Nigeria that is teaching data science. Tell me one university in Nigeria that is teaching artificial intelligence. None. So how are you preparing them for the future? Is that not from the government angle?
Coming back to our topic, there is no future for future Nigerians.
Is that not?
Yeah.
See, I was privileged to work in an education management firm where I conducted monitoring and evaluation survey, and there I realized a fault in our educational system. What is that fault? Especially at the primary, the language in which you teach a child determines is very important. Let me use that.
Language.
The language. Go and look at the countries with the best education system in the world. They teach their children in their own language. Japan, China, Russia, South Korea, Sweden, Norway, Finland. They teach their children in their own language. I saw children who could speak, say proverb right in Yoruba language. But you say they are not literate because they cannot speak English. That's a problem on its own. But you say that a man who is literate, when he speaks, if you can read and write in English, you are a literate person. That is the way we see it.
Yeah.
But the real definition of literate means you can read and write. So it means that if a white man cannot speak Yoruba, cannot speak Hausa, he's an illiterate, isn't it?
Yeah, it should mean that ordinarily.
So what does it mean now? It means how many literature have we given to how many literature do we have in Pidgin? Why do I need to come to the studio and speak English? I'm supposed to speak my language where I can express myself and put all the idiom and put everything and kill it.
Kill the entire
Yes.
conversation.
Why should I? Why should you wear shirts today?
Uh-uh.
Yes.
Is that
Let me ask you a question. Imagine if we say 4 days of the week, we wear traditional wear. That the new corporate is traditional wear 4 days of the week, and the only time you can wear shirt is on Friday. Do you know what will happen to the fashion design industry? People will resign and go and enter into fashion designing because there will be more demand.
And people will take up that job.
Yes.
People will go into training.
So we need to look inwardly if we need to solve the issues of this youth problem. And they say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. What did they plant for us then? What are we planting for the future?
Oh yeah, best. What have you got to say to this?
The caller said the youth we are lazy, we don't have drive and all that. I kind of disagree. I'll take, for example, this Corona period where a lot of people lost their jobs. I have friends who started a couple of businesses. Instead of being at home or going to cybercrime and all that, they started businesses. But you see, the problem is laws and taxes, and one man somewhere that is from the state government comes with one paper that you have to pay this fine and this one. When you compile all the money you have to pay, you see that profit is
harsh business environment.
Yes, and that's a huge problem. It discourages people. If you have drive, those bills just discourage you, and you tend to just chill at home. And in the end, if you are not principled, you go into crime. You go into other negative jobs. I think that's a huge problem for us as youth. Environment, harsh business environment. Yeah.
All right, lady, gentlemen, let's go to break. When we return, we'll take more thoughts from Lagos this morning. We're streaming live, by the way, on Facebook and YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. We'll be right back in a moment. Stay here.
This is Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk.
Let's talk.
Lagos, good morning to you once again. It's Nigeria Info, the nation's number one talk station, and we are back from that break. 8:32 is the time from our studios, and I must say all the lines have been blinking even while we're on break. But what we're going to do is take some feedback from you. Share your thoughts on the conversation we've had so far. You can also drop your comments on Facebook and YouTube where we're streaming live. We'll take your comments any moment. Now I have in the studio this morning Zainab Yakin, John Makinde, and Best. The three of them being, jumping. They've jumped on this conversation, still jumping on a whole lot more of other follow-up angles to this conversation. Feel free to join us. 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 993. Let's speak with an anonymous caller who is in Ikorodu. Anonymous, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, I think we are talking about Nigerian youth this morning. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'd like to ask, which of the youth are we talking about? Like, there are categories of youth in Nigeria these days. And one of your guys said, if you want to talk about a child, you have to look down to the father. And even the father of the father too. So now we have to go back to our past. Like, how does the Nigerian youth go to this stage where we are? And what is the future of that Nigerian youth that's going to be a father tomorrow going to be like? So for my case, I think for everything I've done in my life as a Nigerian youth, as a Nigerian child, I've done it all myself. Now, if you go to the more sane, I'm going to use the word sane or saner plans where things are working. I think the child there, the Nigerian, the child there, the youth there, they have things structured for them, even without their family, even without the parents. They are not left alone.
Okay.
The child you see on the road at Ikorodu Garage or at Songo or at Oshodi, they never planned this. This is not what they wanted. But who is looking after them? Who is there? Now we are talking about a Nigerian youth that is doing Yahoo. Fine, they will do it. I have friends who do it.
Okay.
They do it. I don't do it. I don't smoke. Although I drink sometimes, I take drinks sometimes, but I don't smoke. I don't do Yahoo. I'm a driver.
Okay.
Even the company I work, they cheat us. Who do we run to? Now, I was planning to leave my job, trying to get somebody to even give me a car maybe I could be using for Uber. Now, they've scattered it, and everything is now like, okay, fine, I have to stick where I am, because if I leave where I'm going, if I leave where I am now, I'm not even sure where I'm going to.
So Anonymous, just to be clear, you're saying that even when Nigerian youths are ready to work, there are things that frustrate their efforts.
Yes. It is frustrating to the point that I have friends who has really lost it. That okay, fine, if nothing is working, they are ready to steal. If I tell you let me just brief a little bit of my history. I was born to a single mother who has 4 kids apart from me. I'm the eldest.
Okay.
So even the dad, that is my stepdad, had to leave the woman alone with the 4 kids, try away at the middle of the night. And growing up, she was the one who took me to school. The school was...
She raised you all by herself.
And yes. I grew up in an environment where there was nothing working. Like, the only thing you have to do is just become a street guy, a street boy. I grew up in where they smoke weeds. I grew up in where I was not supposed to grow up with.
Right.
I know the Nigerian youth people are talking about, the people who have the opportunity to do some of these things. Some of these Nigerian youths don't have the money to buy phone. Some of them are not. See, if we are talking about Nigerian youth, I think we have to go down to the local.
Okay.
Let's look at inward. Let's look at the locality of the Nigerian youth itself. Now, if we're talking about people who are
Anonymous. Thank you. We need to take another call right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time. I really do, honestly. But we got another caller here on the line. Shagun, how are you, Shagun? Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome. Talk to us.
Hello. All right. I want to say something very clear. If you say the youth want to, if we are talking about the youth, to be precise, I want to tell you this government is not helping us at all. I want to tell you it's a government where they promote Agbero. And when you see secondary school boys, they see somebody that is not working and is making money. These people coming, they want to do. They want to do something here. So I want to let you know that this government is not helping anybody here. Thank you.
Shagun, thank you. I'm going to come to you, gentleman and a lady, as regards the role of government in all of this, because that's one thing that I got even in the morning when we started this conversation. Let's see if we can bring the next caller on, and just talk to the next caller. After the next caller, we will definitely come to you, my guest in the studio, and have this conversation. Casey is in Aja. Casey, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Great. Okay. Let me just jump into it. I've heard a lot of your panelists talk, and honestly, when I think about Nigeria as a nation, it's disappointing the way our leaders have treated the future. That's the way I see it. The way they have treated the youth. And somebody wakes up one morning and says the youths are lazy, and I'm wondering who actually is lazy. Is it the politician that sits somewhere in Aso Rock and earn millions that he did not work for, the value that he cannot show, or the person on the street trying to make a living? We were raised on the streets, and honestly, I look at my background and I'm saying that there was nothing, given to me that should help me survive, really, but here am I. I mean, everything. Look around you. Look around you. Everything. The roads in my place. We contribute. We contribute to buy transformer. We contribute everything. Water in your plate. And then somebody comes to tell you that is hustling, waking up every day, doing Uber. You understand?
Yeah.
Trying to make ends and calls you a lazy person. I mean, honestly, I can tell you for free, this country is driving the youth to an extreme point, and when you get to the wall, like they say, there is nothing you can do but to react. And that is the state of the minds of the youth now. People are doing things to survive. And then every time you come, you impose laws. Like I heard on the radio yesterday about new tariff on the Uber taxis. And I'm like, what kind of government, what kind of irresponsible government is this? What have they done? You understand? We're talking of pandemic, just trying to ease out now. And then you bring this kind of obnoxious law say you want to extract taxes from the people.
Right.
I'm saying that people are getting tax rebates everywhere. People are getting tax rebates in other climes, People think government is trying to ease things for people. And then people come just to make things difficult for people. I think we react. The youths will react. I am sure of that. We have been docile for a long time, no doubt. But honestly, there will be a time you will push, and then we will react.
Casey.
Talking about that, I tell you for free, it's what we have passed down, what the fathers have passed down to their children, and that's what they see. That's what they see now.
Right.
That's the result. The truth is, you cannot alienate your results from your action. You understand? You cannot sow right and say you want to reap maize. That is what this country has done.
Thank you, Casey. We have Gochi joining us right now. After Gochi, we'll come to my guest. Hello, good morning to you, Gochi.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Yeah, I will say I will repeat this again, and I think I did call you sometimes, and I said it. Let Dora Kunile say that any parent that says that his child does not hear word, that parent is a failure.
Okay.
And when you look at what we have had so far, what the youth has had in this country, we've never had anything positive, as in something proper to give to the youth. Look at the bomb explosion that happened some time ago. Majority of the schools that we were having was in that cantonment. And after that, nothing was done. Rather, we built shops. Instead of rebuilding the schools, we built shops. Go there, what are we having? We are laboratory for other countries to sample their products. Our challenges is a great benefit, is a great potential economic benefit to other countries. And we say, and when you look at all the people that are in government today, they benefited so much from Nigeria. So let's take a voice up and go to the street and ask the youth, starting from the age of 18 to the bracket that is described to be the youth, ask them to sing the national anthem and see what you will get. Even those serving politicians, ask them to sing the national anthem. So when the national anthem of the country is said, there used to be a time when it sang, I feel goosebumps running all over me.
Right.
Do you think you can possibly get that now in this our present time? Things have gone wrong. Look at going biblically now. When there was famine in the land in the whole world, everyone ran to Egypt. The Pharaoh then created a system whereby those that other countries come to somebody that saw a vision. The youth of this country has so much vision, and they were getting from his ideas because of something he saw.
Right.
Now, after this crisis, now what you just say? Well, where is it? We don't have anything. And somebody just was saying some time ago that we are looking up to internet modelers or fraudsters and all. Fraudsters, this internet fraud did not start today. The days of 419, that is when it started. What was done then? All that has served in government is just busy defrauding, raping Nigerian. What has to happen to them? God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Gentlemen, lady, you see what you people have caused now. This is on you, all of you, not on me. Because me, I'm just trying to, let Nigerian youths listen to themselves talk. But let's get some thoughts in on YouTube. Damasa's official UK on YouTube says, generally, Nigerian youths are lazy because they devote more attention and resources on the wrong things like cybercrime, foreign football clubs, unproductive reality TV shows, etc. I'm a youth activist driving an NGO with a tripod of youth education, enlightenment, and empowerment. I started with nothing, but I've received support from abroad to register the youth's project. Yeah, PROJ. That should be project. Let me get your reaction, Zainab, to this. Generally, Nigerian youths are lazy because they devote more attention and resources on the wrong things such as cybercrime, foreign football clubs, unproductive reality TV shows.
Yes, I heard that, and I do also remember that when I was talking the first time, I said that it is not that Nigerian youth are lazy, but they probably are not channeling the right
whose fault
energy.
Is that? No, I'm just asking. I mean, whose fault? Whose fault is that?
Okay. So we see personal faults, and we also see the fact that somehow the country is discouraging, because no amount of energy you channel, sometimes you tend to be more discouraged or feel discouraged that I'm not seeing or I'm not receiving any helping hand. So you have to be able to belong to certain class before people can, come in to help you, or you need to be able to have certain kind of background for you to thrive or for you to pull through. Okay. So largely, Nigerian youth are not lazy because we can see the energy is there. We're always jumping on everything. Even when we travel out of the country, we get good comments, recommendations, and then we make things happen outside the country. It's just that the country is so discouraging and not enabling enough.
Okay, that's what Zainab is saying. I will come to John in a moment, but I need to take some thoughts off of Facebook. King Simon Essien says, the time will come when the rich or wealthy people will not be comfortable because of the things that the youths are going through. Elizabeth is saying good morning to everybody. Adeyemi Kazim says, what a country. I heard the conversations. It's sad, but we all we will all meet them very soon. If we don't get them, we would get their children and children's children. What are we getting? I don't understand. Akinpelu Olalekan says, OMG, I would love to meet the guy in Thai. He just spoke my mind. Being an advocate of Pidgin as our future national language, wearing our traditional attire, native attire to work. Why must we wear suits to church as a worker and as a minister? Do you know the amount of jobs that we can create with this? We can just continue this. No, we can't. We can't just continue this. No, we can't. That's what he's saying right now. Go to our YouTube page, drop your comments there. You can also view us live on our Facebook page as well. We'd like to get your thoughts in. Comments are still coming in online. But John, I saw you were taking down some things. Are you ready to unleash all of these things?
Yes. I mean, before you call someone lazy, you would have engaged him. And you look at this disposition towards carrying out the duty. So you didn't engage someone, you're calling the person lazy. How can you say the person is lazy? And when we say we partake, when the guy that said they engage in reality or TV shows that are and the football, this is a way to take us from our current realities.
An escape
from our current realities. That is what it is. I mean,
that makes sense actually.
Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore,
right?
When he was trying to take Singapore from third world to first world, one thing you emphasize on is education. Okay. In Finland, which is said to have the best education system, they have counselors. So when a child is young, they're already studying that child. They can tell what is this guy's drive, what is he passionate about, and they tailor that child to him. So by the time the child is 16, 17, you already know that this child is going to study law, this one is going to be a teacher, he's going to be an artist. But in Nigeria today, you apply for medicine because you know you can do it. You pass the cutoff mark, but maybe because for some reason they give you agricultural education. So you are going into school to study a subject that you have no passion for. So now what you see is just people who are certificate grabbers. Just let me grab it and say that I'm a graduate. At least I have something to show.
That's all you see around.
That's all you see around. And that's why you see there's no passion, because normally what you study in school is what you're supposed to go out. Your project is
follow through.
Your project in the university is what you use is like solving a problem in the society. But what we have in Nigeria, and that's why you see someone who finish and it's not easy. You see someone finish in chemical engineering and the next thing is
somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Education is very important. We cannot. And look, you want to see a government that is very serious.
Right.
You would see the government don't play with data. Let me ask you. Between
numbers.
Between 15 to 24, how many Nigerians are between that age? If you want to plan, if you have to plan with numbers, you forecast. You look at the trend. How many children are between this? How many children are in university now?
Right.
How many youths?
So years. How many people are we looking to have in the job market? What are the jobs available?
Yes. What's the strength? Then you can know your national strength. Then you know what your national interest, which will inform your foreign policy. When you want to debate, when you want to deal on bilateral relationship with other countries, this is what you put to the floor. We have youths that can do this, that can do that. China can boldly say they have 400 million millennials that they're ready to unleash to Africa. Because there's data to back it. They know and track the progress of all these people. How many doctors do we have in Nigeria? How many lawyers do we have? Do we know? We don't know. Data is very important.
So data is very important. Best, I'm going to come to you right now because, I'm yet to see a glimmer of some sort of hope in this conversation this morning because it's International Youth Day. And what I'm coming to you with is what the Nigerian youth can be happy about, what we can celebrate about ourselves. What are those things that we can get hold of and say that, yes, we are happy that we've got this. We are glad that we've got that.
As Nigerians, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Sadly.
Don't say there's nothing.
Sadly, I think the hope for, like mine, for people who are my age and below, it's the fact that Canada is accepting people. And,
That's the hope.
Yeah.
That you can leave this country.
Yeah, that is our reality, really. People are still hoping that, there'll be doorway, there'll be opportunity to leave. that for now you're not. When Dubai blocked or they restricted traveling, a lot of Nigerian youth were sad. They're like, I can't live anymore. So that's the reality. So for now, we look like the government. They are not working. They are not even giving us the hope or a picture that tomorrow will be a bit brighter or better. So we can't help but to look elsewhere.
So there's no hope in this country for the Nigerian youth.
Not yet. For now,
Zainab, tell me something different.
Okay, so if I'm coming from your own background, Best, I think all that Nigerian youth are looking for out there, if the government can as well put it in place right here in our own country, I see a very bright future.
Can we make it happen ourselves as youths, Zainab? Is this something that we can cause the change if we want a change in this country? I mean, we have you are a broadcaster. You have the skill as well. John, you are a fantastic data analyst. If we say, okay, let's model other youths in what we do. Let's bring people under our wings and train them in what we do and create these skills for them. Is that a way to go? I'm just asking you, Zainab, like, is there something we can do to bring about the change that we want?
Yeah, absolutely. Things that, like I was saying the other time, things that we are looking for outside the country, things that people see as things that actually entice people, making our economy more attractive,
right,
and then getting our education sector right. Because if you look at the population of girl child, the teenage ones, or even the young ones, is very discouraging in this part of the world. The girl child, especially the northern part of Nigeria.
Right.
This is not the fault of these children, and this is happening right from the grassroots. Yeah. So if we don't tackle that, these children will grow into youth. They will become lazy intellectually, and then we continue blaming them.
And the cycle continues.
Yeah. So it continues. So we need to get a lot of things right. We need to review policies. Governments, we need to challenge the government, and also the baton should be given to the youth, because it's looking like we have more older generation taking over the seat of leadership, when youth can as well just climb into
Can youth do that, Zainab, honestly?
Of course I can do it, because we need more population of women.
John?
It still boils down to education.
Okay.
Like she was talking about the girl child.
Right.
It might sound a little controversial, but I'll defend it. That it is not African to debase a woman. If you go into history, women occupied high positions.
That's right.
Across Africa.
Very true.
In the resistance or against the colonial masters, women played a major role. Today, Ethiopia is not colonized because of a woman. She Betul, I've forgotten her name right now. I can't get it. But if you go to Angola, you would see different women. Ashantiwa of the Ashanti Kingdom. You would see Queen Amina of Zaria. You would see Moremi Ajasoro. You would see Nandi of Zimbabwe, mother of, I think, Shaka Zulu. You see women who led military. They were leading the battle.
Right.
So that's why I said education. How many? Imagine you go to a primary school. And you let the ladies realize that these are women who have done this in the past. Do you know how confident, how strong, how mentally strong they're going to be? But when you don't give them the right education, where's the history? We don't even have history. I see people say when the colonial masters came that our fathers just there was a tussle in the East. They gave them problem. And it was led by women.
On the positive side,
finally, but it's positive. Okay.
Yeah, also, I think we have cheap data, internet in Nigeria, so it has really helped the youth to use our small social media platforms to drive change. Like the sex for grades, the other little change that we try to push via Twitter, Facebook, and other platforms. I think so far, it's coming together.
Have we used that data effectively enough?
Yeah. Not really, but it's the start of great things.
Because I see Nigerian youths on Twitter every day talking about so many things.
I mean,
I don't want to give those things names, but
there is hate speech. There is the social media bill that they're even trying to pass, which is trying to even the little opportunity we have, you are still trying to
stifle it.
So, I mean, it's obvious.
So let's agree to disagree. Because me, I'm not agreeing with you people. I feel that Nigerian youths can do a whole lot more. I feel that. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to say anything. You will let me know. I'm not saying anything.
He wanted to lie, but his conscience just arrested him.
No, Sheriff, no.
John, thank you for coming around the crossfire. Bess, is a pleasure. And the great woman herself, Zainab, thank you for coming around, guys. All right, Lagos. It's been the morning crossfire today. We wanted to play just a minute, but we can't play just a minute because we have to go right now. Well, not to worry. Many more opportunities will come for you to win 10,000 naira. Collins will be here very shortly after Jimidisu must have been through with Daily Digest. I'm Sheriff Quadry. Many thanks to my team, Olamide Fadoju, Zainab Yakin, and of course, Babatin Absalam for making this a possibility this morning. You can follow me online at Sheriff Quadry. Good morning to you, Lagos.
More conversation, more